On April 5, 2011, Supreme Master Ching Hai accepted an invitation by radio talk show host and producer of Spiritual Awakening Radio, James Bean, for a discussion about Supreme Master Ching Hai's latest book, From Crisis to Peace, The Organic Vegan Way is the Answer. On his blog, Gaia, at santmat.gaia.com, Mr. Bean, who is also a comparative religion scholar and book reviewer, shared the 7 things which he believes. God is real, God is love, all the world's scriptures teach about the same manifestation of God as an inner mystical light and sound. Our true identity is soul, the self. We can experience God's love during meditation and can rise above the body consciousness to explore the kingdom of the heavens within. And finally, our purpose of life is fulfilled when we are initiated into the mysteries of the Spirit by a living teacher or Sant Satguru. To share the wisdom of the Masters, the richness of the world scriptures, and the diverse spiritual paths and world religions, Mr. Bean started to produce his own programs on Spiritual Awakening Radio, which is a weekly program broadcast on HealthyLife.net radio network. Founded by Linda McKenzie in 2002, HealthyLife.net was one of the first live all-good-news radio stations on the internet. It initially broadcast 5 days a week, and 2 years later, HealthyLife.net has over 2 million listeners worldwide in 49 countries, broadcasting 24/7. Today, it has millions of loyal listeners in over 100 countries, reaching over 1,200 cities throughout the U.S. HealthyLife.net radio is also syndicated on many internet radio streams, private radio networks, and is available on Wi-Fi, PDAs, and smartphones. We now invite you to listen to Interview with Supreme Master Ching Hai by James Bean of Spiritual Awakening Radio, which was broadcast on April 26, 2011.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try it alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit www.godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
It's time for Spiritual Awakening. There's not just one religion, there are thousands. After years of being concerned that too few voices, too few points of view are getting heard when it comes to spiritual paths and world religions, that the radio airwaves were not reflecting the diversity that really exists, I started producing my own programs exploring the world of spirituality, comparative religion, mysticism, meditation, and books, bringing to the airwaves the gentle voices of saints, the wisdom of masters or mystics, world scriptures, sacred texts, the great spiritual traditions and classics of the East and the West. My name is James Bean. My guest today is Supreme Master Ching Hai, environmentalist, humanitarian, peacemaker, and spiritual teacher. Welcome to Spiritual Awakening.
Hi, James.
Nice to connect with you today.
Nice to see you again. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to be with you today. I am becoming optimistic that the world is beginning to understand the connection between diet, health, and climate change. All new ideas are resisted at first, of course. The first time a truth is spoken, it's regarded as heresy. But if it continues to be spoken, and it really is the truth, it eventually will be embraced. Perhaps reluctantly at first, but it will eventually prevail. My sense is that there will be some additional traumatic events making the headlines, more glaciers melting, more earthquakes, droughts, mudslides, and so on. But eventually, even the most resistant to change will be convinced. I was debating with someone at Facebook recently about climate change and said to them that some leaders are still in denial about climate change, but their grandkids won't be. Supreme Master Ching Hai, you were one of the early voices, one of the few spiritual teachers in the world, leading the way on this issue of diet and climate change. Years ago, back before this information was widely known by many, how did you come to adopt the vegan diet?
How? Yes, my grandma practiced vegetarian. Actually, when I say vegetarian, I meant vegan. In Vietnam, we don't know much about cheese stuff anyway, yes? Except some children, babies. If the mother doesn't have enough milk or some problem with the mother, then they took cow's milk, yes? Yes. And all the Buddhist monks I met were all vegetarian. That was in my childhood, yeah. I study also many contemporary scriptures, especially Buddhism. It was from world religions, doctrine. And there is a voice always within us, right, James? That we should abstain from harm to others, yes. And it just often suppressed the voice due to circumstances and background. Otherwise, I think everybody knows vegan is the best for all of us and for the planet.
Right. And how did you come to know of this link between the vegan diet and climate change? Is this really intuition, inner guidance, knowledge from within during meditation that there'd be this need to reach out to the world and to sound the warning, if you will, about the link between diet and the environment?
Yes. It's also first by intuition. Some days when just say one day, I meditate and suddenly I was startled by some real grave images and information that comes flooding in, yes? Like, okay, there's methane gas, there is, carbon dioxide, there will be catastrophic consequences from the meat industry, for example, yes? Yes, and then, of course, I would do research to confirm the facts. You know how people need evidence and facts, yes. They don't just believe you.
Right.
There's a law anyway of cause and effect. Even if we don't have intuition, or if we don't want to listen to our intuition or inner guidance, then we still know that in this physical world there is a law of cause and effect. There is physical evidence everywhere we turn. As the Bible says, as you sow, so shall you reap. And the Buddhist, Hindu law of karma, yes. Just sow an apple seed, for example, then we will have an apple tree, and then apple fruits. That's very simple.
In your new book, From Crisis to Peace, you mentioned, due to all inhabitants of the world's good karma, this beautiful planet was created. But if it's all covered up by the new bad karma, then the planet and or the inhabitants will perish. Recently, we have heard you speak about GQ, or God quality, and that it is our unwise decisions which have covered up our God quality. What does GQ fully mean?
GQ is God quality, yes. The light, that is the quality of God. That's why we must find the light. We must find the source of the light, which is God quality, which is also our original quality. God quality means the original, untarnished nature of the universal power of love. This power is inherent in all beings, humans and non-humans, even plants, trees, even rocks, minerals. The more GQ a being has or recovered, yes, the more loving, the more selfless, and more noble that being would be.
How can we improve our God quality in order to bring the planet back to its original beautiful state?
Yes. Simple. Be veg, go green, do good. And of course, you know already. Better still that we should get in touch with our source of power, of love and protection through meditation on the light. First, we have to be connected with the light, the way you are. Yeah, the best and the fastest is the light and sound method, yes, which you yourself practice through a competent guide. I also practice this inner God, light and sound, and show how to worldwide people when they ask.
Right.
Light is our essence. Light is God quality. So if we see the light, if we're connected with the light, then we are assured of our God quality, not to be covered, and that we live with this daily. And we can even uncover more and more of this GQ within ourselves by the practice of the light and the sound combination.
I have a copy of your new book, From Crisis to Peace.
You have? Wow, you are very up to date.
I'm up to date. Still warm. Ink is drying. In the book, From Crisis to Peace, you also plead with the world, saying how I really want to embrace the leaders and non-leaders, people of the world, and tell them, wake up, wake up. I want to embrace them and tell them, wake up now. Wake up, my love. Wake up, my friend. Save yourself. I understand that you believe all world leaders should help their citizens wake up by implementing the vegan law in their countries. Tell us about the proposed vegan law.
Yes. Well, I do believe this, I do believe that vegan will save the planet. And I do believe that the government leaders, the world leaders, can bring it into fruition, and make it into law even. We just need a little push from government and the media to make it come true. People are ready. As I said, we have a voice. We have a voice within, which tells us to be kind to all beings. There's no need to meditate even to feel the pain of others and of animals. Don't you think?
No.
No need. They have blood. Their blood flows out just like ours, red. And they scream, they agonize just the way we do, if we are hurt in the same ways. So humans are inherently compassionate. I do know that, and I do believe in that still. To kill anything, anyone, even animals, directly or indirectly, is not our nature. So vegan law should be implemented, because it's a loving reminder of all citizens to be peaceful within and without, live and let live. If we do not kill animals, then we will not kill man. And peace will be naturally achieved. Nowadays, many countries already ban cruelty to animals to some extent. And I know, for example, like in Italy, blessed be this country, you are entitled to rent a place without landlord refusal because of your pets. They cannot refuse your rent because you have a pet. In some country, the landlord can refuse you outright because you have pets.
Right.
Yes. In Italy, no, it's forbidden. You can bring your pets right into the rental house and nobody can say anything. Yes. And anyone who sees animals, wild animals, injured on the road, or if they injure the animals, the wild animals on the road, they must take them to the vet for treatment, as by law. Yeah? Just like human. If they don't do it, they will be fined. They will be punished. So vegan law is the mark of a more civilized society, me think. When compassion or universal love is the norm, meaning the people therein are already above hatred and vengeance. Now, if people adhere by the vegan law, and if the government implement it, I think that society already shows a great leap forward in the evolution. Yes, because we will be above hatred and vengeance, which is the mark of higher level of conscience when we are compassionate, yes, and have love for all beings.
Sounds like Italy is further ahead, perhaps the legacy of St. Francis of Assisi and love of animals, makes them a little further ahead,
Yes, I love Italy. Yes.
Yeah, what steps could leaders take to bring in the vegan law and make it permanent? It'll be a big struggle probably in some countries, the old way versus the new, but we'll all be working hard on this to make this happen.
Yes, we should work harder. Media is one of the tools that the governments can use, like magazine, newspaper, TV, radio, internet, ads, posters, flyers, grassroots information, to explain to people the harms of animal diets. Because they're harmful. The animal diets is harmful to our health even. And the government should subsidize only organic vegan. You see? Vegan at least, nah? Best is organic vegan because it's also absorb the CO2 in the air. Best is organic vegan production and farming. Give info to people, train people to go into this direction, encourage vegan supply shops and restaurants, cafe, bistro, etc., no, imbis, yes, or even fast food, and be a vegan example themselves, the leaders, yes, and be open about the new exciting vegan lifestyle. There's no use being vegan and stuck in the closet. Nah? There's nothing shameful about being vegan. It should be a celebration of goodness and nobility and the greatness of that leader. I applaud and salute any leader who gone vegan. Yeah, better still, they should be open about it so that other people will follow their examples. To be a leader is to be an exemplary torch bearer of the truth and of goodness, right, James?
Hopefully, to encourage positive change.
Yes, the people would follow a leader. That's why they voted for them. No? Don't you think so?
Right.
So, and this will offer a lot of new jobs even for people. Yes? Because nowadays, with economic trouble and unemployment and things like that, so I think vegan and new green energy will open a lot of new doors for employment, and it's exciting. And they should create even one special unit for vegan trend and for citizens' health reason, you see, tax saving reason, world saving reason, planet rescuing reason. These are good enough already for any government to implement this vegan law. Yeah?
Right. The cost of healthcare, reducing the cost.
Yes, that we didn't even mention yet. You're right. How much it costs, everything else, yes? Now, smoking ban indoor and alcohol are even more difficult, you see, as people are addictive and nothing can replace alcohol or tobacco for them, you see? But the world government did it. They made it, see?
Yeah.
And nowadays, I saw one of the community building, they begin to even forbid even smoking outdoor and indoor as well.
Right.
Even inside people's house, private house. Wow, I am so happy. You see, people comply. You see, government made it. In many cases, alcohol ban even successful also. You see, nowadays, alcohol is less than everywhere and less accidents even,
Right.
Less heart attack. The results is evidence everywhere. So you see, people will comply if they are informed about what's good for them. They will know the government's best intention, genuine interest in the citizens' well-being. It will work. We need the courageous and wise leaders. That's it. They have to get out of the root and do it.
Yep, like pollution laws and smoking and
yes,
drunken driving and all those.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very much like that.
Yes, it's done. It can be done. See, look, the governments send people to war. And that's the law even. Huh? You can't not go to war. When the government recruits you for war, you have to go. Now, in certain age, you know that, in many countries.
Yes.
Then they go. Anyway, even to die in the foreign land, even not always have a good cause, people can still be talked into sacrificing their precious lives, which they have only one, for war here, you see? So now vegan law is to live longer, live healthier. Yes, protect the environment, save precious rainforests and dwindling water resources. Yes, protect immediate lives, save money, see, boost economy, especially in our bankruptcy time. See, hey?
Right.
Now, the leaders should save the planet, bring about peace. Yes, through vegan diet. When humans stop killing animals, James, they will stop killing men. I can imagine all citizens will approve and be grateful to their governments for their wise vegan law. I'm looking forward to that day. Pray that it comes soon.
Yes, that's right.
You and I pray, James.
Absolutely.
If nobody prayed, the two of us pray.
Right.
Some of the benefits of a vegetarian diet: lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol levels, reduces type 2 diabetes, prevents stroke conditions, reverses atherosclerosis, reduces heart disease risk 50%, reduces heart surgery risk 80%, prevents many forms of cancer, stronger immune system, increases life expectancy up to 15 years, higher IQ, saves 70% of a total cost of $40 trillion for reducing global warming, uses 4.5 times less land to grow food, conserves up to 70% clean water, saves 80% of the cleared Amazonian rainforest from animal grazing, a solution for world hunger, free up 3.4 billion hectares of land, free up 760 million tons of grain every year, half the world's grain supply, consumes 1/3 fossil fuels of those used for meat production, reduces pollution from untreated animal waste, maintains cleaner air, saves 4.5 tons of emissions per U.S. household per year, stop 80% of global warming, plus more. Save your life. Be veg, go green.
For more urgent information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/save-our-planet.
Of all the world leaders I know, you are one of the most optimistic. You seem to have so much faith in humanity when you say, quote, "I do believe that our planet is on the threshold of constructive change for the better of all the inhabitants, including animals, trees, and plants." This statement made me think about the animals. Tell us how the animals, birds and fish, are suffering because of climate change.
This is very difficult for me to tell you how they suffer. In any case, you can always look into the internet, or anyone can look into internet research to know how they suffer. And you know maybe more than I do, being in the mainstream media as you are. Anyone can take a look into the news, the info on the internet, to know the state of suffering of animals, even en masse in the wild also. You see, the cruelty we created by animal slaughtering extend far beyond their squeezy crate, far beyond slaughterhouse. And it is not just the animals who are tortured during their short life and killed mercilessly, but also wildlife die by chemical fertilizer runoff, or die by suffocation, by lack of oxygen in dead water, etc., which again, caused by our careless lifestyle, by our desire for animals' flesh and blood, which I think is not fit for humans' dignity. It is us humans who lose big time our inherent compassion quality, God quality, loving quality, intelligent quality, spiritual quality, and health quality, and risk now losing our home planet. So we might even lose the whole human race if we continue this way. There are even more suffering await us after our death even, if we don't stop our bloody, gruesome acts toward all animals and men. It's a lot of information, but I cannot tell all this in few minutes, so anyone who listens can please look into the www.suprememastertv.com. Yes, then for more information.
Right, and animals are very healing to human beings, when we have pets and we're around those pets, they reduce blood pressure, they are fun to be around, they're very, they make people happy, and perhaps animals can help heal the planet as well.
Yes, they can. They are doing it already. They have been doing it, and they are doing it, and they will be doing it if we but let them. We have to let them live first, naturally, protect their habitat, and not domesticate or raise them more than the number absolute necessary, and even then just for their well-being only. Then they can have a chance to bless us, to heal the planet, and continue blessing us humans. We must respect them as we want to be respected. I cannot keep repeating this often enough. Because, why? Because frankly speaking, many of them have higher consciousness, more loving quality, more God quality than many of us humans. That I know.
Yes.
This is the concept that we must understand and bear in mind if we are to evolve further on spiritual level, or to be at least a grateful being for all the blessing and sacrifice that our animals, benefactors, quietly bestow on us and the planet.
Well, I congratulate you on being such a positive influence in the world. I'm noticing there are vegetarians who follow various spiritual paths, gurus or teachers, who are beginning to switch from being vegetarian to becoming strictly vegan. I'm seeing this every day. I'm one of those also, once following a lacto-vegetarian diet, but now have switched to vegan. So you've helped to bring about what I call a vegan awakening in the world. There's a great awakening. And a lot of vegetarians are switching to vegan, these days.
Yes.
I've done a lot of research on vegetarianism in the world, or religions and veganism. There are passages of scripture in the writings of saints and mystics, in support of being vegan, vegetarian, in most of the world religions. And most everyone on earth is affiliated with one of these great world religions. Thus, the more vegan Buddhist movements, more vegan Hindu groups, Radhaswami groups, vegan Christian movements, the greater and greater the numbers of people will be switching to a vegan diet based on their religious connections. So that's really my strategy, convince the religious communities and the world will go vegan. How can we convince more spiritual groups to switch to vegan?
It's a very good strategy, James. Very good. You're smart. Let's do it. You are doing it, yes. We just hope more people will help to do the same or similar in their capacity. Yeah. But I don't blame any of humans. People are not well informed, James. And concerning the vegetarian diet that you have followed, it must have been from maybe Sanmat or Bias, yeah? Yes. Most religious group or teachers are originated from India, right? Blessed be that ancient land of sages and saints. I worship that land. The people who follow a vegetarian diet are already good, very, very good. James, yes? As in India, especially in the old time, cows are loved and even worshipped as second mother to children, not slaughtered for meat like in other countries, yes? So, and they give milk naturally, you see? They give milk naturally. So the lacto diet came from there, yeah? The cows live in natural environment. It's okay to take that kind of milk of the cheese from there if the cow just give lovingly and willingly, naturally, you see? And sometimes the cows have too much milk. They also have to give out some so that they feel more comfortable, yeah?
Yep.
The cows live there in a natural environment. Well, I'm not sure right now at the moment, but when I was there, James, in India, I saw cows walking all over on the street in the building compounds, and people let them be. And if the cows are on the street laying there, they just have to wait, you know, or talk to the cow, tell the cow to move, yes, before the cars continue. You see, when I was there, it's not long ago, maybe almost 30 years ago now, something like that. Yeah, it's still like that, yes. And they were not overwhelmingly raised in great numbers like the way factory farming nowadays, you know, with squeezy crates and cruelty treatment, force-fed multiple drugs, harsh machinery milk until they could not stand up anymore, you know, then massacring mercilessly. This is not the way we should take dairy product. You see, that's what it is. You see, the Indian people, they did not know this. This kind of treatment they never had experienced before. So, of course, in India, they follow lacto diet, and it's normal. You see what I mean? Yes. So we can understand why the people still follow a lacto-veggie diet in some part of the world, or in India, yes.
European Parliament supports reducing meat to lower greenhouse gases.
Roll call vote. Vote is now open.
Reduce your meat consumption or stop eating meat totally.
During discussions on greenhouse gas reduction goals, the Climate Committee of the European Parliament officially recognized livestock's contribution to global warming and recommended a reduction of subsidies to the livestock industry to curb methane.
The European Parliament has adopted its own position on climate change as an institution. And as a Vice President, one of the proposals I have made is in line with your own, which is that we should eat far less meat, because that's one of the major sources of greenhouse gases.
Please eat less meat, and let's make taxes on meat. That's definitely one of the issues we're talking about. I'd like to tell people what the cost is of eating meat for the environment worldwide.
My name is Jens Holm. I'm a member of the European Parliament. Please, be veg, go green to save the planet.
Not everyone knows about the horror of factory farming animals. So some vegetarians even eat eggs. That's bad. Eggs is not a vegetable, is it? No. Egg industry, James, is another form of cruelty beyond our imaginations. I just tell you very short, because I can't bear it if I talk too long. If the chicks are males, for example, James, they will be thrown into a grinding machine, alive, to be made food for dogs or something. I saw a little chick in a show of the cruelty animal show. He was wandering on the edge of the conveyor, you know, that will lead him to the grinding machine. He was wandering so innocently on the edge, looking for Mama. My God, I broke down. I just broke down. I cannot go into more details because I cannot bear it. I will just be broken down again. Please, if anyone listen, just log on to www.suprememastertv.com, for all the facts and info you wish to verify. Or contact any vegan groups near you. Contact PETA, for example, International PETA. There are things even that you also need to know before you buy the next animal products or food, because they are not only cruelty manifesto, they are also poisonous. If you know what is in there, you wouldn't put it in your mouth or into your children's mouth.
Right.
Now, to convince religious community, we can send fact-checked info to all religious leaders. We are doing that, James, as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Me and my colleagues, my association members. You know, we must have an association because the government demanded it, not because we want to have any association or official anything. But we have an association. And my association members and we are sending this fact-checked info to all kinds of people, to world leaders, religious leaders, community leaders, to farmers, to slaughterhouse owners, etc., etc. We're still doing it. We cannot do everything in 1 day, 2 days, but we continue. I wish I had done it all yesterday, but we have so much to do, James, so much to do. The more we do, the more work. But you see, you're doing your part, luckily, and I'm grateful. You see, you give talk on radio. Also, other people can do the same, or they can go grassroots, go on air, go on TV, like we do on Supreme Master Television. But, I don't feel like we are doing enough, of course, because we are just a small group compared to the world population. And every vegan should also help. Please help. Help all of us. Help each other. Help us. Help the world. Help yourself. We need all the help we can to create a strong wake-up call and to maintain the trend. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, you mentioned that it was due to the meritorious good karma that makes it possible for souls to be privileged to incarnate here and live on this beautiful earth. It sounds like we have some important lessons to learn in order to evolve. Could you explain about karma and the dangers that the world faces if there's too much bad karma, bad actions in the world?
Thank you for asking, for the sake of your listeners. Karma is a law of cause and effect, or as you sow, so shall you reap, that we mentioned early on. Meaning every action provokes a reaction. And some even causes like chain reaction or domino effect. It is very logical and very scientific. We don't have to follow a religion or any meditation group, any guru in order to even see this. So we cannot go on creating bad karma and then waiting for good result and not worry about its effect. It will come sooner or later. Up to now, humans had created and still are creating tremendous bad energy. You see, bad karma. That means bad energy. That twists around us like chain, and it gets tighter as every passing moment. So that maybe at some point we can't even escape. We can see evidence everywhere now that we suffer so much violence, wars, catastrophic disasters everywhere. Almost every day we look on TV, there's a disaster somewhere, in some country, one way or another. Yes, a war, or conflicts. We need intervention now, more than ever, from a force that is much stronger than this binding chain to break it loose. That power is the universal love within ourselves. We must reawaken it by actions that are in tune with this love. By loving all beings, respect all creations of God, we will forsake vengeance and war. We will stop torturing and killing humans and animals. Only then, James, only then can we overcome the opposite dark force, which we invited in the first place. And we even strengthen it by our unloving action. Like attract like, very logical, very simple. If we want peace, we have to act in a way of peace. If we want mercy from heaven, we have to act in a merciful way.
Yep. I started doing more programs on vegan diet and peace issues because spirituality is so linked to... We need to have a planet to live on. If souls are going to evolve or become more enlightened, we need to have a breathable atmosphere and healthy planet to be on. So spirituality just compels you to care, to be compassionate, be a bodhisattva of compassion towards all life.
Okay, Jim, that's right.
Yes.
Continue your job. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe most everyone who has become familiar with the facts about climate change would be in agreement with the information presented in your new book, From Crisis to Peace, which I have a copy of. And there is also a strong spiritual component in From Crisis to Peace. Your teachings are based on compassion towards all life and the principles of ahimsa, or non-violence in thought, word, and deed. Communicating with followers of various world religions, of course, is what I do, but there are so many ways people can get involved in changing the world or being the change, to quote Gandhi. What can each of us, what can all of the listeners or viewers of this program do to start a vegan trend, as you suggest in your new book? How can we all pitch in different ways, all of us?
Yeah, we should all do. Everyone can print out info about vegan, benefit and the harm of the animal diet, then pass it out, wherever, whenever we can, of how, what, why, when, where to find veg food and how to make veg food. And I'm glad you're doing it, and many are doing it, and we are doing it. And pray that more will do the same by whatever means they have. Through internet, nowadays it's more easy even. See, we have internet, we have all kind of information tools, yes, to use and to pass it out for people. We can write letters, we have group talks, school conference, open vegan restaurant, cafe, imbis, vegan supply store, company, plant organic vegetable, sell organic vegetable, ask government to subsidize those endeavors, etc. Every help counts. It's time that we all must work fast to save lives in our world and even save ourselves.
Yep. You mentioned in the book about extraterrestrials. There are other vegan civilizations in the universe, and that's a subject I've been always quite interested in. SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
Yes.
And do you think that we're about to be contacted, or have some help from above? And by that, in addition to God, you can say help from above, from other intelligent life in the universe.
Did you see them coming?
Not me, but I've interviewed scientists who are part of the SETI program.
What did they say?
They listen for extraterrestrial radio signals, clues that there are others out there, and the search for alien life is really picking up because they're starting to find planets out there, Earth-like. The size of the planets are like the Earth in warm parts of solar systems and other stars. So they're starting to look for life, and that's really becoming a serious search right now. So someday soon they will find evidence of life, probably.
Properly. Yes.
So. It's picking up pretty. The pace.
What are your questions? That's what they're doing. Yes.
Yep.
But you think they're going to help us? No. I do not fully agree to this concept and expectation.
Yes.
That the aliens are going to play a role in saving our planet, and they are going to do it. No, I don't expect that. If they do, well, that will be a miracle, and it'll be lucky for us. But you see, you can see evidence of catastrophic disaster and wars and violence everywhere. But did you see any aliens who came? Any extraterrestrial who came and appeared to help us?
They're not going to pick up after us. That's our job as human beings.
Yep.
Work.
Yes, you're right. They can't interfere with our karma also, you see?
Yes.
We can't just continue walking into darkness and ignore the wise counsel of the elders or past and present masters and just continue doing what we do. Walking in darkness, don't turn around the way they told us, and expect that light is there when we keep walking in the direction of darkness. See, we ourselves must do our part. You're right. They don't pick up after us, okay? We're not babies, huh?
Right.
We are intelligent race of beings. We are supposed to be in the crown of the creation, huh? Proud, so proud of us. Then, you see, even if we start to do things in the goodness direction, yes, then goodness will come. Like attract like. This is always the talk of the town, but nobody really capish, yeah? Like attract like. Everybody say that on the tip of their tongues. And they don't do the like thing, huh? We have to do the things like heavenly beings. Then we will have heaven. We have to be merciful, then we have mercy. Yes, we have to act like peaceful people, then we have peace. Yeah, not only by praying on our knees or waiting for others to clean up our mess. Huh? Just like we should stop drinking alcohol if we want to stay sober and healthy. Then we will be able either to help ourselves or find extra help from experts. Huh? Unlike many of our planet's inhabitants, the aliens do not believe in flexing muscle to solve, a conflict and karmic problems. They rarely do, really.
Yes.
They know that it would not help much in the long run, James. Rather, people have to change their pattern of habit to live according to the universal law of love. This is so simple. So, the aliens, as I think, guess, or intuitively know or talk to, they just let the spiritual masters do their job, like reasoning to humans by philosophy, by example, coaxing them to change their way of life. But actually, it wasn't a change. It was just go back to the original goodness that we are, see? But, oh, what a monumental job that is for any master at all. Since the beginning of time, you know very well, because you study many religions. All teachers have a hard time. Try to convince humans, most often at the cost of their lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Jesus. What did he do? Huh? What did he do to deserve being nailed on the cross? Look at Buddha. What did he do to deserve, insulting and attempted his lives?
Yes.
And slandering his reputation, etc., etc. All they did is just teach humans to be good, to be kind to each other. Yes, and elevate them to a higher spiritual standard. That's all they did. They harm no one. They take nothing for themselves. Yes, not just Jesus, Buddha. All the masters do the same. The 6 gurus. And what do they have for return? Nothing except trouble, dangers, and losing their lives, their families, members, etc., etc.
Right.
So do you think anybody would like to come and help us? Yes, tell me.
We're a tough crowd. Human beings are
very tough.
A tough crowd to work.
Yeah, very tough, James. Sometimes I'm driving on the street and look around me and I say, oh my God. I'll go into supermarket and see all the bloody meat there, and I thought, oh my God, where am I? What can I do in this kind of world? And so many things that you saw on TV, that it doesn't seem befitting the children of God's, behavior and actions at all.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't want to criticize. Forgive me. Continue your question.
The extraterrestrial, where do you think they're coming from, and what is their role?
They are not all aliens, the extraterrestrial that we call them. Some of them came from under our planet, yes, because in the planet there is empty space, inside our planet, empty space. And the people live down there is about 4,800,000 something, the population down there. And they're more technically advanced than us, yes? So they came also from other planets and inside the empty space of our Earth. You see, they're good neighbors, yes. But what can they do to help us in any case if we don't first help ourselves? They might be able to deactivate nuclear bombs here and there or avert a tsunami, but how long can they continue to do that? If we continue to create more and worse disasters with our tsunami actions, we destroy huge forest land, drown, torture, maim, murder billions of innocent, harmless helpers like our animals, co-inhabitants daily. They are our helpers. But these acts, aren't they not tsunami-like destruction? Well, if we stop all that, before anyone can help us to stop the destruction of our Earth, why we destroy our house and wait for help? Suppose they would take pity on us and even take us to their planet or home, hopefully. Would we be willing to leave this Earth where we are used to and attached to? Would we be willing to adjust their way of life, even if it's better but different? Would you, James? Maybe you and I would go to a different planet. But not everyone would like, hey? Yes.
Yeah, and certainly we would need to change our ways here on this planet and make this planet a nice place to live.
Yes. You see, we can't even forego a piece of meat with all poison in it on Earth. I think we can leave other things behind or forego them to live with so-called aliens. Yes, they might not have meat, alcohol, or any of those poison that we crave. They might not even look like us. Then we might blame them, fight with them, or make war on their planet. Who knows? Scary, James? They're scared of us, truly. They told me they're scared of humans.
Right.
Yes. Yep. We are making war here already in our familiar environment. We're killing our neighbors and friends next door, next country. This next door, right?
Yeah.
Trust that we won't make war in a strange world. I shall be blunt and honest with you, James, here, with more or less primitive technology. And we are already using them like toys to kill real people. Real beings, to maim, to kill, to destroy ourselves and the environment, and so many species on the planet. From the high sky to the deep sea, like nothing matters, like they don't feel pain at all. Now, if we get hold of those high-tech secrets from the aliens, imagine, James, what more murderous weapons we will invent to even destroy their race or make interplanetary war. Trust that we can handle it all and make peace with them. Even if the aliens can interfere and help us, do you think they are not afraid to do so? Tell me. Yes or no?
Yes.
Are they? Will you be afraid to help us? Tell me, James.
Yeah, hopefully they follow the Star Trek Prime Directive and not interfere with us or get too close to us.
Yes, they're afraid. Yes,
they want to stay out of trouble. Yes. Stay away from us until we mature.
Yes. Shall we even blame them if they won't even go near us openly? Okay. Yep. What can we do, James? Huh? Even if they have high tech, yes, more advanced, more civilized. But we have weapons of multi-levels, of lethal, murderous, dangerous, killing instruments everywhere, stacked, stuffed, exposed, and hidden in all corners of our planet. And continue to develop more and more, mightier and mightier, more and more dangerous ones, weapons. So you think they have nothing better to do than forever go hunting for weapons to disable, to destroy, or to annihilate for us? Or can they even, without disturbing our planetary pattern or endangering lives on Earth? Yes, they might have shown us some example here and there, but it's up to us to wake up. Yeah, shake off the dust of our ignorance and start making life a heaven for all. Don't you think, James?
Yes, hopefully we can learn to get beyond war and conflict. And
right.
What can we do? What needs to be done to get beyond the idea of war?
What can I do? The people's consciousness has to be more elevated. The spiritual leaders have to try harder to enlighten themselves more than what we are right now, more enlightened. And then the spiritual leaders should enlighten the leaders of the world more, if the leaders of the world are ready. You see, we have many things, even more better technologies that help our planets already, and that even being stopped because of some business giants do not want to lose their influence and their income, you see, their profit, if some other things better are on the market. We should have had free electricity long ago. We should have had free medical care long ago. We should have cured many diseases long ago. Yes, but many don't want to do that because profit. We should never have hunger in the world, but we still do because profit. We should not have any more war on the planet. We should not even develop any more war weapons, but we still do because, profit. That is a problem with us. We could be more advanced than we are right now.
Some of the diseases related to meat consumption and/or production. Fatal prion diseases transmissible through air or milk. Rabies, anthrax, sleeping sickness, Q fever, norovirus. Swine flu. Ebola restin virus. Cured meats and fish increase leukemia risk in children. Antibiotic-resistant superbug infections from a strain of Staphylococcus aureus. Blue tongue disease, E. coli, salmonella, bird flu, mad cow disease, or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, 90% of the population at risk. Pig's disease, or PMWS, listeriosis, shellfish poisoning, preeclampsia, Campylobacter, Clostridium difficile, diseases hidden in healthy-appearing livestock.
Some of the costs of meat eating.
Infertility. Eating just one serving of meat per day increases the risk of women's infertility by 32%, with additional meat consumption increasing the risk.
Heart disease. Over 17 million lives lost globally each year. Cost of cardiovascular disease is at least $1 trillion a year.
Cancer. Increased childhood cancers and adult reproductive cancers from hormones in meat.
Colon rectal cancer. Over 1 million new colon cancer patients diagnosed each year. More than 600,000 colon cancer-related mortalities annually. In the United States alone, colon cancer treatment costs about $6.5 billion US. Millions of people are newly diagnosed with other meat-related cancers every year.
Diabetes. 246 million people are affected worldwide.
An estimated $174 billion US spent each year on treatment in just the United States. Obesity. Worldwide, 1.6 billion adults are overweight, with 400 million more who are obese. Costs $93 billion US each year for medical expenses in the United States alone. At least 2.6 million people die annually from problems related to being overweight or obese.
Environmental. Use up to 70% of clean water. Pollute most of the water bodies. Deforest the lungs of the earth. Uses up to 43% of the world's cereal. Uses up to 85% of the world's soy. Cause world hunger and wars. 80% cause of global warming. Plus more.
Some of the costs of milk consumption. Cowpox from milking cows. Bacterial microbes, pesticides, and enzymes found in cheese derived from the inner stomach linings of other animals. Up to 80% of the calories in cheese are from pure fat. Breast, prostate, and testicular cancer from hormones present in milk. Listeria and Crohn's disease. Hormones in saturated fat leads to osteoporosis, obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Linked to higher incidences of multiple sclerosis, classified as a major allergen, lactose intolerance, plus more.
For help quitting, please visit
For more urgent information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/killers.
I'm very concerned these days about the possibility of war between India and Pakistan, and at the moment see this as one of the most troubling developments in recent decades. There are other hotspots in the world, of course, but these two countries are armed with nuclear weapons mounted on hundreds of missiles pointed at each other, on standby alert, ready for launch in minutes. There is the same danger of false alarms, radar errors, or mistakes as there were between the U.S. and USSR for many decades. You know, a flock of seagulls being misinterpreted on radar as an incoming attack when it's not, and even a small number of cities being attacked would impact the environment around the world. We would all be affected. It would cause a global food shortage, a famine, and be a major setback for the vegan diet in the world. All the smoke in the atmosphere would make global cooling the issue instead of warming. A year without a growing season would mean crops failing, people would be trying to feed themselves any way they could, and nations would no longer wish to export rice or other foods if they could no longer feed their own populations. As I see it, the vegan movement and a positive vision for the future of humanity are linked to peace in the world, preventing major wars. We're all going to be affected by any major war like that. What can we do to work for peace in the world?
Yeah, James, I'm asking the same question.
Right.
Well, you know, I don't understand this because I don't understand war at all. I also don't understand how people can make war with each other. How can they not stop all this senseless killing? Because the person you kill look exactly like you. Maybe a little bit different in color of the skin. But he's you. He's humans. So how can they not see the light and keep creating darkness? These war makers. There are many causes of wars, but it's I think it all boils down to ignorance, you know, James? You know, people are being given false promise or brainwashing or false interpretation of doctrine. and the blind lead the blind, and both will fall into the pit. The people who make war for any reason are really pitiful people, because they have been misled, I think. I'm sure they have been misled, misinformed, miseducated since they were young already. But despite all that, if everyone or the vast majority now turn at least back to benevolent lifestyle, then war-like atmosphere, war energies will die down, and peace will be emerging like a miracle. Because the killing, injuring energy will disperse with time. If we choose to go in the opposite direction, then we will arrive in a different destination, that's for sure. You see, if we want to go south, we have to go south. We cannot keep going north and then expect to see the southern city. Yes, of course, if we keep going forever, maybe. You see, and all the meditators should intensively meditate for peace and a vegan world. It will help to some degree, more or less, depends on one's level. I myself also right now meditating day and night.
Yeah.
Trying to inject some more spiritual blood into the deficit energy bank of the world. But I am not always free even to do that all the time. I do as much as I can. I minimize every other activities, until the minimum, so that I can meditate as many hours as I can. I should meditate like at least 13 hours a day. 13, 1-3. But sometimes I couldn't make it. Maybe 10 hours, maybe 11, maybe less. You see, because I'm not always free with all the demands of the world. I can do maybe 60% of the intended retreat every day. And I'm not very pleased with it. I'm worried about the world, to tell you the truth. But everybody who knows meditation should intensify their effort with the goal to create peace on this planet and a vegan diet, a vegan planet. Vegan planet is a peaceful planet. See?
Yeah.
One thing leads to another, yes.
Yes.
Hopefully we will make it, James.
A diet of kindness leads to kindness in the world.
Yes, everybody must help.
Well, your book ends on a very positive, hopeful note about the future of humanity entering into a golden age, or what some have called Sat Yuga, or Eden on Earth, the golden era. Will we see the beginnings of a golden age during our lifetimes? We're all waiting. Will we see this happening, or clues, or the beginnings?
Yeah, we see some.
The beginnings.
We see some, yes. And we hope to see more, James. I mean, we see some in some corner, yes, but the other corner is still boiling, yes. It's just like a house is burning, and you have been able to douse it out in some corners, yes, and in some other corner it's still burning or still smoldering, yes. But we hope to have more, James, if we deserve it.
Yes.
But it all depends also on humanity's direction now and in the future. As more and more people join the vegan trend, the more and more hope we will have. See, as we have discussed before, right now we hope that humans wake up fast and realize the house is burning, and know that organic vegan is the sure and quickest way to cool down the fire and save the world. If we look into all the religions of the world, all the old prophets, master, they all say to us the same. Like attract like. Yeah? Sow the seed of love and compassion, and then you will have it yourself. So we hope our planet and people will survive, first of all, by turning back into their own compassionate nature. Be vegan, That means love for all beings. Then Golden Age, not invited, and still come. If we continue with our benevolent, vegan, compassionate lifestyle, even if we don't invite the Golden Age, it will crawl into our house.
Vegetarianism in religion.
The Baha'i Faith. Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that, in the beginning of creation, God determined the food of every living being, and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings of some aspects of health and healing.
Buddhism. All meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. Lankavatara Sutra. Also, after the birth of the baby, care must be exercised not to kill any animal in order to feed the mother with meaty delicacies, and not to assemble many relatives to drink liquor or to eat meat, because at the difficult time of birth there are innumerable evil demons, monsters, and goblins who want to consume the smelly blood. By ignorantly and adversely resorting to the killing of animals for consumption, they bring down curses upon themselves, which are detrimental to both the mother and the baby. Ksitigarbha Sutra. Be careful during the days immediately after someone's death, not killing or destroying, or creating evil karma by worshipping or offering sacrifice to demons and deities, because such killing and slaughtering committed, or such worship performed, or such sacrifice offered, would not have even an iota of force to benefit the dead, but would entwine even more sinful karma into previous karma, making it even deeper and more serious. Thus, delay his rebirth to a good state. Karma means retribution. Ksitigarbha Sutra.
Gaudai. The most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If we kill and eat them, then we owe them a blood debt. Teachings of the Saints.
Christianity. Meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Holy Bible.
And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Holy Bible.
Confucianism. All men have a mind which cannot bear to see the sufferings of others. The superior man, having seen the animals alive, cannot bear to see them die. Having heard their dying cries, he cannot bear to eat their flesh. Mencius. Essenes.
I am come to end the sacrifices and feasts of blood, and if ye cease not offering and eating of flesh and blood, the wrath of God shall not cease from you. Gospel of the Holy 12.
Hinduism. Since you cannot bring killed animals back to life, you are responsible for killing them. Therefore, you are going to hell. There is no way for your deliverance. Adalila.
He who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. Mahabharata anew.
Islam. Allah will not give mercy to anyone except those who give mercy to other creatures. Hadith.
Do not allow your stomachs to become graveyards of animals. Hadith.
Jainism. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been specially prepared for him involving the slaughter of living beings. Sutrakatanga.
Judaism. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. Holy Bible. Blood meaning flesh.
Sikhism. Those mortals who consume marijuana, flesh, and wine, no matter what pilgrimages, fasts, and rituals they follow, they will all go to hell. Guru Granth Sahib.
Taoism. Do not go into the mountain to catch birds and nets, nor to the water to poison fishes and minnows. Do not butcher the ox that plows your field. Tract of the Quiet Way.
Tibetan Buddhism. The offering to the deities of meat obtained by killing animate beings is like offering a mother the flesh of her own child, and this is a grievous failure, the supreme path of discipleship.
Zoroastrianism. Those plants I, Ahura Mazda, or God, rain down upon the earth to bring food to the faithful and fodder to the beneficent cow. Avesta.
Everybody knows that vegetarian diet is good for health and to save the planet. They will be awakening their own great, compassionate, loving self-nature, and then their level of consciousness will rise up automatically, and they will understand more than they ever did, and they'll be closer to heaven than what they are right now. So, I hope I have answered your question to your satisfaction, and I hope I'd be of some help to your listeners. And thank you for all this.
Well, it certainly is my pleasure to be speaking to you today and to be reading your new book, From Crisis to Peace. And
I'm glad you like it.
Spreading the word about this. And yes, we can all step in personally, individually. We can all have our own individual golden age, you know.
That's right.
We don't have to wait for the rest of the world. We can jump in right now.
That's right, that's right. You know, to me, I have my golden age all the time.
Right.
So most of my association members, they also think they are in the golden age because they meditate a lot and they feel calm and peace, and whatever they wish come true. So they think they're in control of their life, and everything goes well for them and peaceful. Yeah, so we can have our own pocket golden age. That's right, James. Yes. It's a lot of things that we could discuss, but you know, we all have our other things and time.
Right.
So maybe next time.
Right. Well, it's been great speaking with you today, and it's great having this
Great to see you.
Yep.
Great to see you again, James.
Absolutely.
You look younger than last time I saw you.
Well, I hope I'm going in the right direction, yes.
You are. But you're very busy, huh? Very busy, huh?
Oh, yes.
Doing researching and writing for radio and hosting the radio.
Yep. We're trying to keep up with everything. And
you are faring well?
I do believe in what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know.
That's
what
me.
Yes. That's what keeps you going, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to believe in what you do. Otherwise, there's no sense of doing it. Like a job, there's not.
Right.
Yes.
So I fast or you know, I don't spend much money.
Understand. Don't go out, no vacation, nothing.
You know me well.
Yeah, almost like what I'm doing. It's just that I am also a frugal person. Yeah. I only spend what absolutely necessary. Yes. For myself, you know, just 1 or 2 meals a day, simple vegan. It's not much that I spend on myself. Yes. Everything is for the world, for others.
I always have felt led to do radio and to read, you know, Kabir, poetry, and all of these beautiful saints of the East.
Yeah. But you must meditate also, hey? Must meditate. Yeah, so that you can balance out the karma that you take in while you're doing this. Because you don't do this. Nothing is for free in this world. If you want to do something good for the world, you know, the price we have to pay. You know, spiritually, spiritually. So do take care that you meditate enough.
Right.
4 hours, if you want to stay above the water.
Yeah, good to know.
1 hour on the sound, at least. 3 hours on the light. Okay? Or half and half. If you can do 2 and 2, it's good. I'm only telling you as a friend, not as a guru. You know all this already, but because you do more for the world, you have to meditate more, James.
Just to keep this magical, you know, keep the divine grace coming.
Yep. Otherwise, you'll be deficit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yes. Okay. Remember that. Saving others is good. But you have to also be able to swim back. All right, yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah. 4 hours.
Wow.
Meditation. Okay, love? Yes. Well, if you don't believe me, you go ask your guru and they tell you the same. Did they tell you? 4 hours?
Well, 4 hours is a good goal to have.
You must try.
Yeah.
Not 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours is for ordinary people.
I see what you're saying.
Who is doing nothing for the world, just take care of their own self and families and job. But for the person who wants to do things for the world, at least 4 hours, eh?
That's a good principle to follow. Yes.
Not principle. It's a must. You have to do it because otherwise you'll be depleted.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay, if you want to spread this to the world, that means you will be saving some souls. And bad karma will be more on you than normally. Do you understand?
Yes.
I guess you are not so often in contact with your master, so I'm just trying to remind you.
Right. Yeah, that's a very good thing to increase the amount of meditation.
Yes. So that you stay well and balanced and healthy and, like even-headed. Yes? Because if you keep giving without earning enough, then you'll be in trouble. Just like money, James.
Exactly.
Yeah, if we spend more than we earn, then we'll be in trouble. See what I mean? Yeah? Right. Meditate more. Okay?
Right.
Yes. It's not good enough that we do good and then we will be good. No, maybe in heaven later, but in this lifetime, we must balance the spiritual energy and the world energy that surrounds you. Yes. The more you want to help the world, the more you have to meditate. That is a problem. But the more we want to help the world, the more we're busy already. You see what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
Paradoxical, but what to do?
That's true.
Okay, James, your master don't tell you that if you, for example, like his contact person or his representative, they have to meditate more? Or the person who helps the master in the ashram to correspondence and all that, they have to meditate 4 hours at least. Didn't your master remind you?
No, I haven't heard that before. Of course, the teacher that initiated me years ago passed on.
Pass on, but you have other masters. Yes. Okay, now if your master pass on, then you have to contact with the successor of your master to be more, refreshed, and reconnected. Okay? Your master will take care of you anyway, even if he passed away, that's for sure. Yes. But physically, intellectually, we need some time to be refreshed, be in contact, supported, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, okay?
That's why I'm always very friendly.
Friendly.
Friendly, sociable.
With whom?
With you.
Oh, with me.
Very friendly.
Your friend. It's good.
Light and sound.
Yeah.
Light and sound teachings.
Yeah, must meditate on it, okay? Because that's our essence. That's our God quality. God quality is manifested in this world as the inner light and sound. Yes. The lightless light, the soundless sound. And this will help us to be able to overcome our troubles in this world and to stay balanced and spiritually uplifted. At the same time that we want to help the world, we must also continue to help ourselves. Yes. You can visit successor of your master or talk to your master, also fine. But meditate more.
Good advice for me. 4 hours. 4 hours.
Try to make.
I will remember.
Try to make it. Yes, really true. 1 hour on the sound at least. Huh?
Yep.
And then the other light, you try to make it another 3 hours.
Yep.
Yes. Otherwise, you don't have to do radio. You don't have to try to help the world, and you don't need to meditate so much. 2.5 hours, as your master said, is enough.
Yes.
Normally, yes.
That's the standard, yeah.
The standard.
Yeah, that's standard.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree that we do need to build up that spiritual charge and live in that level of grace in order to change the world for the better, help people, help others.
Yes. But you have to be strong, you see? Yes, you have to be strong. That's why the more you give, the more you must strengthen yourself. Yes.
Right. Good advice.
No, it's not an advice. It is a must, James. Yeah, your master didn't know you're going to do radio and help the world, so he didn't tell you, of course.
Right, that's true.
Yes, but if you ask the successor of your master, he would tell you the same. That the same as I told you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, we need more energy to give. You see what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it is, James. If you push just a car of 20 kilograms, and you don't have to use so much energy, but if you push like 50 kilograms, then you have to use extra energy, see? Huh? Same. If you want to help the world, you have to stay connected more, strong, taking more from the bank, you see? Because you want to spend more, like money, you want to spend more, then you have to take more from the bank in order to have it, huh?
Have enough spiritual charge, blessings, grace.
Right, yes. Your bank account must be more than abundance in order to give. Otherwise, you might be in trouble. You know, nothing big deal, maybe sick, ill, or in financial difficulty, or cannot talk, or whatever. Okay? Be strong. Right. Thank you for inviting me today.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your assistance and for speaking to me today. It's great to share these goals of vegan law and working for good.
Yeah, we are friends.
Promoting the good.
We are friends. We're friends. We do the same stuff. That's what friends are, look in the same direction.
Exactly.
And I wish you all the luck, okay? And I pray for you. Huh?
Very much appreciate this.
Pray your master to bless you more so that you can continue your noble work. I'm sure he's blessing you. But you have to take the blessing. Sit 4 hours so that he can bless you more.
Right.
Understand, love? Yes. Sit.
I do. That's a very good.
Sit so that you can receive more, and then you can be stronger and heal. Yes? All right.
I believe Gandhi said something like that once too.
He did?
I have so much to do today that I have to meditate more. Gandhi said something. Yeah, to link meditation with doing things, doing.
Yes. Yes. The more we meditate, the more wisdom and strength we have, then the more efficient we are in whatever job we do, especially like your job.
Just all divine grace.
Yes. Okay, James.
I live with divine grace.
Yes, you're right. Okay, James. See you then.
Namaste.
Namaste. Be blessed. Be loved. Pray to your master to help you every day. Yeah? Don't forget him.
No.
Thank you.